Now look, how often do you sit in front of your computer wishing you could stop those endless video calls? You're probably not alone, are we?
Yes. With so many now working from home, we may have to learn to live with it. And there are companies out there trying to improve the technology of online meetings as we enter the so-called metaverse.
But is it still too much like a computer game? Well, James Webster has been finding out for us.
Coming together face-to-face is as simple as a single touch.
Big promises, but how often have you been told you're still on mute?
It's easy for everyone to join on video.
And for these people in Norwich, video call meetings are one of the biggest frustrations about working from home.
So not being able to truly enjoy the full faculties of people's communication style, we just see that little square, don't we?
There's been a lot of echoing because people aren't muting their mics.
Where we live, you can be on a Zoom call and then you lose your connection.
It's like a room when everyone's online, and if you just need to talk to someone, they're right there and you could just unmute your mic. And actually, I found that to be more engaging.
But there are companies working on alternatives. This is a virtual version of me, exploring a virtual workplace created using systems that build online worlds in the so-called metaverse.
Everyone can have that corner office, you can design that the way you want. And interestingly, some of our clients are actually using incentives within the platform of well-being or production things they may have to do through the week, and then rewarding them with the right to build a sculpture in their office or have a trip to a digital aquarium or a football pitch.
How this building looks and works in the real world matches exactly how it looks and works in the virtual world too. So if I was heading down this corridor on my way to a meeting, I might bump into one or two people on the way there and have a chat. And in the virtual office, I could do just that too, seeing people heading to the same meeting as me and being able to grab them for a quick chat before the official meeting starts.
We've done research that highlights that 90% of creative activity within a workplace is done informally, where you bump into someone, you have a chat with them. Now we tend to have a diary of events that are happening, and we rarely move from out of that. So that informal communication seems to be something across the board that people are missing.
Recent research suggests 80% of workers want a combination of working in the office and working from home, and having a more immersive environment could have benefits, according to this psychologist.
People get that sort of Zoom fatigue because by the end of the day they've had all of these conversations. Nothing's been spontaneous. Quite often some of the niceties of how are you feeling, how's your day been, maybe aren't there, or there's 12 people there, so you don't really want to answer that question in front of 12 people. And because it's 2D, it takes a lot more brain power to be able to interpret what's going on.
But the virtual world isn't one that everybody will want to inhabit. Far from it, according to technology writer Keza MacDonald from The Guardian.
I think the actually useful applications of the metaverse are yet to be proven beyond things like virtual meeting rooms and virtual parties. But the fact is, if you've got the option to socialize in real life, then people want to. That's something the pandemic has certainly proven. We need human interaction, and technology of any kind is never going to replace that. And people don't want it to replace that fundamentally.
So, a glorified computer game, or the way more of us will live, work and socialise. It's not yet clear how the metaverse will develop. James Webster, ITV News.
More news in brief now, and a health minister has apologised after she